we'll be making this computer using logic gates and some logic ICs. Somewhere we'll be using RD to keep the project very simple, so everybody can make this project, and all the files, PCB making files, will be available on the in the description when this tutorial series will be completed. So we'll be starting with a basic block diagram of the CPU, which we will be designing in coming tutorial series of these videos. So first there will be a clock module. So it is the most important block of the CPU, as each and every CPU without a clock it could not work. So we need a clock module. This clock module will be giving a clock pulse. There will be two control signals, which will be a clock CLK and CLK bar. So mostly CLK bar is needed. So, further we'll be seeing where here I was planning for using a 555 timer IC with a monostable configuration. So there will be a two modes in this clock module. First will be automatic and second will be a manual. In automatic mode, what we'll be doing in automatic mode, if we press a button, the clock will be going on. It will continuously go from high low continuously. In manual, what we'll be doing, we'll be keeping a push button, and on button press the clock will be triggered, and we'll be pushing the button, the clock will be triggered. So this will be the two modes, but as IC55 timer will be needing many more components such as capacitors, resistors, and as well as IC. Then comes the IC base, and the circuit will become more complicated. So I will, to reduce all these things, I will be using a Arduino Nano. So what we'll be doing, we'll be suppose this is an Arduino Nano, I'll be drawing here. These are some of the digital pin. This is an analog pins, A0, A1, A2, A3, D0, D1, D2, D3, D4. So one of the digital pin will be input pin, and D3 as output pin, as well as D4 as output pin. Why these two pins are supposed to be as output pin? Because as we have discussed here, that we need a clock as well as a clock bar signal. So that we have did this D3 and D4 at the same time, and when we will be programming, we will be not using digital write function, as it will be taking more clock cycles and it will not make the D3 and D4 pin high and low at the same time. So we'll be using a port manipulation here. And now the second part is the digital pin as input. Why this pin will be as input? So as we discussed here, we need a manual control also. So for digital, here push button will be used as a manual. Analog pin, here we will be needing one analog pin as input pin. This will be attached to a potentiometer, which will be used for adjusting the speed of the clock. But while designing, what difficulties we'll be facing in this circuit? So now we'll be seeing about the difficulties. So first difficulty is when the pin will be made high and low. As the pin going from high to low, the microcontroller don't make it so low that further logic ICs, it is a low signal at this point at the digital pin. So what we will be needing, we will be needing a pull down resistor here. Second is we will need a current limiting resistor for LED, as Arduino gives 5 volt output and we need 3.3 volt for LEDs. So this is all about the clock model.